Friedrich Nietzsche was one of the greatest philosophers of all times. A goat. वैसे तो सब फिलोसफर्स थोड़े पागल होते हैं, पर फ्रेडरिक भाई थोड़ा ज़्यादा पागल हो गए थे। 1889 में, same year when Jawaharlal Nehru was born in Allahabad, a 44 years old Nietzsche was strolling on the streets of Turin in Italy when he witnessed a coachman violently whipping a horse that refused to move. Overcome with emotions, he ran to the horse, threw his arms around its neck, and collapsed in tears. Soon he was hospitalized and declared insane, and he never wrote anything meaningful again. But thankfully, he had already written his magnum opus, one of the most influential work in the Western philosophical tradition. Thus spoke Zarathustra. इस किताब में इस गोट फिलोसोफर ने एनिमल्स को सिंबॉलिकली काफ़ी यूज़ किया है टू एक्सप्लेन हिज इम्पॉर्टेंट आर्गुमेंट्स एंड प्रोपोजिशंस. द बुक इज़ फुल ऑफ डीप एग्जिस्टेंशियल थॉट्स यूजिंग सिम्बल्स एंड मेटाफर्स इन एन ऑलमोस्ट एनिग्मेटिक टोन. काफ़ी लोगों ने तो इस किताब को ठीक से समझने के लिए जर्मन तक सीखी थी, पर आपको ऐसा नहीं करना पड़े, इसलिए इस वीडियो एसे में हम कुछ की कंसेप्ट्स को डिसाइफर करने की कोशिश करेंगे. पहले थोड़ा बैकग्राउंड. नीशे had deliberately chosen Zarathustra as his mouthpiece character in this book. करीब 3000 साल पहले Zarathustra was a prophet from Iran. तभी ईरान को पर्शिया कहते थे. He has been regarded as the founder of the Parsi religion. Through his teachings, he established moral dualism in the society. मतलब कि मॉरली क्या सही है क्या गलत है, good versus evil. Nietzsche regarded him as the one who founded God, and now he is going to be the one declaring him dead. In Nietzsche's words, Zarathustra created this most fateful of all errors, morality. Therefore, he must also be the first to recognize it. किताब का प्रीमाइस ये है कि Zarathustra left his home and went into the mountains when he was 30 years old. कंपैरिजन के लिए बता दूं, सिद्धार्थ गौतम 29 साल के थे जब उन्होंने घर छोड़ा था. Zarathustra then spends 10 years in solitude, contemplating life, existence and human nature. 10 साल में काफ़ी ज्ञान हो गया उनको और थोड़ा बोर भी हो गए. फिर गौतम बुद्ध की तरह, driven by the purpose to share his insights with humanity, he descends from his mountain solitude. He says, "I am weary of my wisdom, like a bee that has gathered too much honey, and I should like to give it away." पर दुनिया के लोग तो ज्ञान की बात थोड़ी मुश्किल से ही समझते हैं. When Zarathustra tries to sermonize to a group of people in a marketplace, he found a lot of resistance. He was mocked and soon realized that he was not the mouth for these ears. He realized that challenging their conventional morality won't be easy. Their dogmas are too deep-rooted. A few things happen in the book and he decides to seek a smaller circle of higher individuals. And then, throughout this book, addressing deep philosophical queries in a poetic language, thus spoke Nietzsche through the prophet Zarathustra. Let's focus on one of the unique ideas presented in this book. How can a man transforms into a Ubermensch, loosely translated as a Superman in English. अब नीशे का ये सुपरमैन कैसा है, इसको हम समझेंगे आगे, पर पहले समझते हैं कि सुपरमैन बनते कैसे हैं. Through the metamorphosis of the spirit. This metamorphosis of the spirit is an internal transformation of a person that takes place in three stages, which an individual must undergo to achieve true freedom, a higher state of being, a Superman. What are these three stages? First stage is that of a camel. In the beginning of the journey, every individual resembles a camel. He has a herd mentality. He bears all the burdens imposed on him by the family and the society. He does not question the imposed authority. Instead, it asks, what is the heaviest burden, and willingly kneels to bear it, suffering submissively and even proudly. The individual leads a prosaic life, governed by routine, where safety is the primary concern and risk-taking is avoided. The individual is conditioned towards basic pleasure-seeking and pain avoidance. The definitions of pleasure and pain, right and wrong, are all derived from the thoughtless traditions, dogmas, parampara, pratishtha, falsehood. ऐसे लोगों के लिए समाज डिसाइड करता है कि क्या सही है, क्या गलत है, अच्छा क्या है, बुरा क्या है। सब पैटर्न्स फिक्स्ड होते हैं। जैसे आज की सोसाइटी देखिए, एक कंजम्पशन बेस्ड कैपिटलिस्टिक मॉडल। हर एक मिडिल क्लास फैमिली की ऑलमोस्ट सिमिलर एस्पिरेशंस हैं। बच्चा बोर्ड्स में अच्छे मार्क्स ले आए, इंजीनियरिंग या MBA या दोनों कर ले। अच्छा जॉब वो है जिसमें पैसे ज़्यादा मिले। फिर एक एक्स्ट्रावेगेंट शादी हो, 2 बच्चे हों, 2 BHK हो इन अ टाउनशिप। ऐसे ही कैमल की तरह पूरी ज़िंदगी एक आदमी रूटीन से काम करता ही रहता है और मार्केट डिसाइड करता है उसको कब क्या खरीदना है। देयर इज अ कोट from the movie Fight Club that perfectly describes what Nietzsche meant by being a camel. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate, so that we can buy things we don't need. In this stage, there is no individuality. An individual is just a cog in the machine, a vote for the politician, a resource for the company, and insurance for the parents. और अपने इन्हीं एक्सटर्नली इम्पोज्ड आइडेंटिटीज़ में वो अपना पूरा जीवन जी लेता है। देयर इज़ नो विल टू पावर, एंड अनफॉर्चुनेटली मोस्ट ऑफ अस आर बॉर्न एज अ कैमल, brought up as a camel, and will die as a camel. However, a few of us begin to feel dissatisfied and asks, is this all there is to life? The life of the camel becomes unbearable. The status quo is now intolerable. They feel the pain and the panic of existential crisis, and eventually the camel initiates to change. कहीं किसी नियो को मिलता है मॉर्फियस और उसको ऑफर करता है रेड पिल टू ट्रांजिशन इनटू द नेक्स्ट स्टेज, टू लुर many away from the herd. That is why I have come, announced Zarathustra. So these few individuals experience an existential awakening. They realize that they are condemned to be free. Nietzsche writes, in the loneliest desert, the second metamorphosis occurs. Here the spirit becomes a lion who would conquer his freedom and be master in his own desert. The lion represents rebellion, strength, and the assertion of individuality. This stage is characterized by the courage to say the sacred no to societal expectations. Like in the movie Fight Club, the protagonist struggles with the fragmented sense of self, feeling trapped in a monotonous consumer-driven existence, and ultimately decides to break free. पर लाइफ डेविड फिंचर की मूवी तो है नहीं. It is not so easy to be courageous enough to be the lion, क्योंकि lion must confront the great dragon. The dragon commands, "Thou shalt," dictating how to behave, what to believe, what to like. The dragon represents societal norms and beliefs that demand obedience. But there is an internal dragon as well in all of us, our own conditionings and self preserving tendencies. This internal dragon is even more formidable than the external one. Overcoming these internal limitations require tremendous courage and self awareness. The sacred no must be directed not only at external influences but also at internal constraints. Nietzsche says, you must be ready to burn yourself in your own flame. This idea resonates with the Indian philosophical concept of neti neti, the practice of negation to reach the ultimate truth. तो अब तक हमने देखा कि to be a lion you must learn how to train your dragon and then be free of it, to make way for the last transition. While the lion can destroy old values, it lacks the ability to create new ones. The void created by the negation of the great dragon leads the lion to the next stage, the child. One must have chaos in one to give birth to a dancing star. From the destruction of the old arises the construction of a new self. A child embraces life with wonder, spontaneity, and openness. A child is free from past burdens and he can now create values from within rather than adopting them from society. Nietzsche writes, the child is innocence and forgetting, a new beginning, a game, a self-propelled feel, a first movement, a sacred yes. The child embodies self-actualization, affirming life without resentment, guilt, or the need for external validation. In this stage, an individual is truly born anew, resonating with the Hindu concept of Dvij, twice born, where the second birth signifies a spiritual awakening after the dissolution of the self. Nietzsche further states, the spirit now wills his own will, and he who had been lost to the world now conquers his own world. Nietzsche's metaphor of the camel, lion, and the child illustrates the journey towards self-overcoming and the ultimate goal of becoming the Superman. Camel bears societal norms and values without resistance. Lion rejects imposed values and seeks independence. Child creates new values and embraces life with freedom and playfulness. The ultimate goal is to reach the state of the child, where one transcends the old self and lives creatively and authentically. These three stages ultimately metamorphose a man into a Superman. Superman is the goal that humanity should set for itself, one of the beyond, one who has conquered the normal human fallibilities, one who has conquered himself. इसके कुछ और characteristics हैं. Beyond good and evil. The Superman does not follow traditional moral systems such as Christian morality. Instead, he creates his own values free from societal norms. He is self-overcoming. Nietzsche sees human beings as something that must be overcome. वृत्ति, कंडीशनिंग को समझना, उनके पार जाना. The Superman constantly strives for self-improvement, rejecting complacency and mediocrity. Another important concept is the will to power, a core Nietzschean idea. The will to power is the driving force behind life. The Superman fully embraces this drive, seeking self-mastery and creative expression rather than submitting to the society and conforming to it. Last one is the affirmation to life and rejection of nihilism. Unlike many religious views that seek meaning in an afterlife, the Superman fully embraces and affirms life as it is, including its struggles and sufferings. Okay, so the concept has been misused historically by another important person of the German race, Hitler, who used it as an ideological base to propagate the Nazi propaganda. हिटलर बड़ा ही फ़ैन था नीशे का कि जब वो मुसोलिनी से मिलने गया था तो गिफ्ट में कंप्लीट वर्क्स ऑफ नीशे लेकर गया था। नीशे के मरने के बाद उनकी सिस्टर, जो कि एक जर्मन नेशनलिस्ट और एंटी सेमाइट थी, शी एडिटेड हिज वर्क्स इन वेज दैट अलाइन विथ नाजी आइडियोलॉजी। वैसे तो नीशे खुद काफ़ी रेसिस्ट था और एंटी फेमिनिस्ट भी था, बट स्टिल his Superman was more about personal transformation, self-overcoming, and rejecting herd mentality, not about racial superiority, war, or dictatorship. It can be claimed that Nazis cherry-picked his ideas, stripped them of context, and twisted them into propaganda. Finally, end note. Charles Darwin published his revolutionary work The Theory of Evolution in 1859. नीशे उन पहले फिलोसफर्स में से है जिन्होंने डार्विन की इस रिवोल्यूशनरी थ्योरी को पढ़ने के बाद फिलॉसफी करी। इसलिए ये देखा जा सकता है कि नीशे ट्राइड टू सिंथेसाइज हिज ओन फिलोसॉफिकल आइडियाज इन अ वे टू बी कॉन्ग्रुएंट विद डार्विन्स एवोल्यूशनरी थॉट। ही प्रोक्लेम्ड, "Man is not a goal but a bridge." Elsewhere he says, "Man is a rope fastened between animal and Superman, a rope over an abyss." Though much time has passed since Nietzsche's writings, his observations about human bondage, struggle, and ultimate freedom still remains relevant today. Some will argue that their relevance is now even more so than ever. It is time for man to fix his goal. It is time for man to plant the seed of his highest hope. Thanks for watching.